Chris 6 is in your neighborhood, covering the stories that matter to you across the coastal bend. In Flower Bluff, hundreds of jobs could be reduced at the Army Depot. I'll break down what was announced today and how this affects the community. Plus, over in Taft, changes are being made in city leadership. We'll share what moves were made in last night's city council meeting. And in Aransas Pass, much-needed upgrades are finally here. Adam Beam speaks with city leaders on why these water pump stations were vital for the city. Chris 6 News at 5 starts right now. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Clara Benitez Cortez. The amount of jobs at the Army Depot has been reduced drastically over the last several years, and that number could continue to get smaller as time goes on. Today, I attended a press conference held by the city of Corpus Christi to let the community know they are advocating for those working at CCAD. While there is no confirmation right now on potential cuts, they say the less work brought to the depot could mean a reduction in staff. So they went to Washington, D.C. to talk to our representatives about the depot's importance to the community and the nation.
Our requests are straightforward. We are asking Army leadership to enforce the 50-50 rule, which is essential to maintain a strong, skilled, and mission-ready workforce. Additionally, Congress should fund and authorize the completion of the multi-phase powertrain facility, a project that will modernize CCAD's capabilities for decades to come.
Local officials are also asking Congress and Army leaders to correct the upgraded Black Hawk program debt, which undermines CCAD's competitiveness, and address the cost recovery rates that drive up the cost of repairs and discourage future workload. Neighborhood News reporter Jacob Daniels breaks down why less workload is being sent to CCAD. That's tonight at 6 o'clock. Now, these possible job cuts could make a big impact in the Flower Bluff community. A report from Corpus Christi's Chamber of Commerce warns the possible job cuts could create a ripple effect across the region. The depot pumps over $1.6 billion into the local economy. Businesses and schools near the base are looking ahead of the potential impact. Flower Bluff ISD Superintendent Chris Steinbrook says 500 students have parents who work on the base.
And a bulk of those 500 are Army Depot employees, students that attend our school district. It would be detrimental to our community if those cuts come.
Steinbrook says for many families, the depot is part of a generational workforce and a community identity built over decades. Local businesses hope the jobs are protected as much as possible. Well, over in Taft, City Council voted to terminate its contract with City Manager Ryan Smith last night. As Chris 6 has previously reported, Smith filed a lawsuit against the council in December after accusing city leaders of violating the Open Meetings Act, a violation he said interfered with his authority to manage city operations. At last night's council meeting, an evaluation of Smith's performance was held, and in a 4-1 decision, the council voted to favor of what Mayor Elida Castillo calls a unilateral separation.
It wasn't an easy decision, but after careful consideration of all the circumstances that we have been through in the last 2.5 months, it was pretty obvious that this wasn't a situation that was good for the community or for us as a council.
Per the conditions of his contract, Smith will continue to serve in the role of city manager for 30 days following last night's vote. In the meantime, Castillo says a search will begin for his replacement.
I'm your Aransas Pass neighborhood news reporter Adam Beam, and it's no secret that the city is prone to flooding, but a new project here hopes to make that a thing of the past.
For Aransas Pass neighbors, it's a sight that's all too familiar. Heavy rainfall bringing flooded streets and damaged homes. It's this problem Mayor Jason Knight knew had to be addressed.
This street here, if we get a pretty substantial amount of rainfall, about half of this road is completely underwater.
And with the help of the General Land Office,
we're relieving stress on other systems, and when we're having to have a pump station with that much capacity to get water out quickly and efficiently, that's what's important here.
A new pump station hopes to do just that. On Wednesday, a groundbreaking ceremony kicked off work on a new station that will join the city's existing network of pumps, but one that will add over 15,000 additional gallons a minute in stormwater capacity.
Somewhere probably around 11th Street to 13th Street, all the way to the harbor, the city is going to see a difference.
And while the coastal bend has seen little rainfall in recent years, leaders say this station makes the city prepared when it returns.
We know one day it's going to flood, and this pump here is going to greatly reduce the problem that the residents have had going back since they've built their houses, going back 40, 50, 60 years. 3, 2, 1.
While there's no completion date set, Mayor Knight tells me he's hopeful the station will be pumping by this time next year. In Aransas Pass, I'm Adam Beam for Chris 6 News.
Adam, thank you. Well, speaking of rainfall, we've had a cloudy couple of days here in the Coastal Bend, but will that lead to any significant rain? Well, for that answer, we are now joined by Chief Meteorologist Stephanie Lauber, who has been tracking these weather changes.
Yeah, and you know what? A little bit of hope today on the radar. I do think some of the little green blips that we saw translated to a couple of little sprinkles, as we told you to expect, but measurable rainfall, not so much. In fact, it's a picture-perfect view here from our camera out in Port Aransas. This is the one at Sand Dollar City, so we're getting a beautiful view of the beach there, and go figure. Nobody out there really with this beautiful weather right now? Well, to give you some, anyone's defense, that water is still pretty chilly out there. But if you'll notice a little haziness on the horizon, we are expecting some fogginess to start back out here. There's one lone soul. Okay, we can appreciate it. A look at the radar now shows that here's a look at some of those little sprinkles that were dancing across portions of San Patricio, Nueces, and Aransas counties here along the coast. That's really all they were. Quick little blips on the radar. Some of which may have reached the ground, but overall, where's the impact? Not really much of one. We still have lots of moisture in the air around us. I'll tell you how this view will impact your weather for the rest of the week ahead.
Stephanie, thank you. A bill called the Save America Act is now on its way to the Senate. It would require proof of U.S. citizenship, like a birth certificate or passport, for all U.S. citizens to register to vote in federal elections. A move supporters say strengthens election integrity. Critics argue it could overwhelm election offices and make it harder for eligible voters to cast a ballot. Sunrise anchor Brian Hoffman spoke with local officials on what it would change here.
Well, it's concerning, mainly because of how are we going to gather that information, and of course the devil's always in the details as far as, what does the final version of this bill come out, and that's going to have direction on how that impacts our office and how that ultimately impacts the voters of Nueces County and the state of Texas.
Election experts say the Save America Act is likely to pass in the House, but faces a much steeper climb in the U.S. Senate, where lawmakers have raised concerns over voter access problems. Well, internationally, a small community in Canada is reeling after the deadliest school shooting the country has seen in decades. 10 people have died, including the suspected gunman, with another 25 injured. Police found the gunman with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. Now, 2 others found dead at a home nearby have also been contributed to the shooter. The suspected shooter has been identified as Jesse Van Roselaar, who dropped out of school years ago. Police say they were biologically born male and in the process of transitioning to female. Well, the search for Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today Show host Savannah Guthrie, has elapsed more than 10 days now with very few leads. Yesterday, police took a person of interest into custody, though he would be released a few hours later. The search still continues after police released a doorbell camera video of the person of interest yesterday. Well, over on the other side of the Lone Star State, it was an interesting night in the sky as the airspace above El Paso was shut down for hours. The airspace was closed for less than 12 hours. A government official says it was due to Mexican drug cartel drones breaching U.S. airspace. The official says those drones were disabled early this morning. Up in Washington, President Donald Trump met with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu earlier today. The main topic discussed was the possible military action against Iran. Iran and Israel engaged in a 12-day war in June. This is the 7th meeting between the two in Trump's second term. Well, data is now out on the United States job growth last month, and it's good news. The U.S. economy added 130,000 new jobs in January, over 50,000 more than what was predicted. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, unemployment also dropped 4.3% last month. And the Ford Motor Company is expecting to keep losing money on electric vehicles for at least the next 3 years. They reported a loss of $4.8 billion in the EV department last year and are hoping to break even by 2029. Ford has significantly scaled back their investment into electric vehicles, but they have not scrapped the project altogether. They're planning to release an affordable electric truck next year. Back here in your neighborhood, in honor of American Heart Month, Christy Spahn held a cardiac rehab open house today. During the open house, clinical experts showed hands-on demonstrations for how different heart diseases are treated here in the Coastal Bend. We spoke with one of the patients who was being treated.
I like the facility because I come here and I work out. Ever since I had my 2 stents put in, I've been coming, and it really keeps me in shape.
Heart disease includes a variety of conditions, including heart vessels, arteries, rhythm, and heart failures.
What do you do when your furniture vanishes and so does your money? I'm Tony Jaramillo with a woman's month-long nightmare and what the furniture store is saying.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
I'm Tony Jaramillo, your Southside neighborhood news reporter. A Corpus Christi woman says she paid hundreds of dollars in cash for this love seat that was never delivered. And when she asked for a refund, it didn't come. So she reached out to me and I took her concerns to the store for answers. For full transparency, Bell Furniture is an advertising client of Chris 6 News.
I spend $675.47.
Maria Garcia says she paid in cash for this love seat from Bell Furniture on December 15th, 2025. She paid in cash for a specific reason.
And I paid cash because I got all the money that we had for Christmas and to pay for it because I didn't want to have payments.
Nearly $700 later, Maria Garcia didn't see that love seat.
I told her, I said, if you're not going to deliver the furniture, I want a refund.
Bell Furniture says they did not have the cash on hand because it was a larger transaction. Maria says they promised her a cashier's check within 2 weeks at the beginning of January, but those 2 weeks passed and she had no check.
She said that she's going to have to wait until the manager would get the cashier check and not to go back, that they will call me. Well, they haven't.
So I reached out to Bell Furniture to get their side of the story.
Well, she purchased an Ashley product, which is merchandise that we don't carry on hand, and it does have to get special ordered. And unfortunately, Ashley is backed up a little bit on their product coming into our stores.
Amy McCain, the district manager of Bell Furniture, says when Maria Garcia canceled her order and requested a refund, the request was immediately put in. She says it simply took longer than expected.
Unfortunately, it's a little slow sometimes, but we do want to take care of our customers and not have anything like that happen. I understand it's their hard-earned money.
McCain tells me Maria's check arrived on Saturday, February 7th, and they left Maria a voicemail to let her know. The district manager says the company never wants a customer to feel this way and apologize for the delay. On the South Side, I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Tony Jaramillo, Chris 6 News.
Well, as we head into the overnight, fog is going to come back again, but this time it might be more of a problem, not only for tomorrow morning's commute. I'll break down the timing in your neighborhood and what the rest of the week looks like coming up. Hey there, happy hump day to you. This Wednesday has been one with a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of sprinkles, and a whole lot of humidity. So this is the view of SPID right now, looking west toward the crosstown. That's that interchange right there. Got a lot of busy bees out there, and you might need to run the defroster. Get familiar with that function by the time you get home, because tomorrow morning is going to be a little bit of a doozy for us, it seems, when it comes to fog. I know we've had some foggy starts the past couple of mornings, but I think this time, heading into Thursday morning, is going to be a little bit tougher. I'll be timing out when those complications might be coming to your neighborhood in just a moment. But right now, let's gauge the temperature. Literally, how are we doing across the Coastal Bend neighborhoods? It's pretty warm, 80 degrees right now at CCIA. We still have a bit of a breezy situation there from the southeast at 14 miles per hour, but visibility looking good so far. And that's the case across most neighborhoods. The only place we're really seeing a dip is out by Rockport right now, temperature of 72 degrees, so quite a bit cooler along the coast there with an east wind moving gently around 8 miles per hour. So heading into the overnight, as these winds come down, temperatures come down, we will see a repeat of that humidity taking over and becoming foggy. But yeah, a lot of water in the air. Look at this. Relative humidity during the overnight tends to be higher, but we're talking 97, 98, 99%. It is going to definitely be air you can wear, and it happens a little bit earlier tonight, it seems, happening before midnight. Really, once the sun goes down, that's when we'll really start to feel that oppressive feeling out there in terms of humidity. And right when our winds come down, our temperatures are cool, that's where that moisture all condenses into fog and makes for difficult driving conditions. So it didn't stop us from getting warm today. 82, the high temperature in Corpus Christi. I think we're going to ride a similar temperature pattern here throughout the next 2 days or so before bigger changes come to the picture. But it's even been a warm morning with the foggy situation, but no rainfall measured at CCIA and recorded. So let's take a closer look with the Chris 6 Neighborhood Weather Network at what is happening temperature-wise across the Coastal Bend. So closer to Lake Corpus Christi, we've been seeing 79, 80, maybe even 81 degrees. Not a whole lot of difference there versus on the south side where some of our temperatures have been generally dropping to the 70s now. Inland neighborhoods have just been a lot warmer despite the humidity kind of leveling the playing field. It also has to do with this, a frontal boundary. What was a cold front really just dying on our doorstep here. You may have seen that line of thick clouds out there. This is where the little sprinkles came from. This little wrinkle in the atmosphere making for a bit of trouble, but not enough to really help us out in the rainfall department. It is, however, making things a little drier and a little warmer for the inland neighborhoods. But we will all be in a foggy situation as we head into the overnight period. This may start early. I'm not sure this model is 100% in tune. We'll start to see that fog along the coast, but I don't think it's going to be quite that bad by 7 p.m. for our coastal neighborhoods. Still a good idea to be prepared for that, though, because look what happens into the overnight as this expands. It's going to be foggy throughout all of our neighborhoods well before we head out the door for that morning commute. So as you're making that plan, remember some safe driving tips. Slow down, give yourself a head start, and get familiar with the defroster so you can have a safe ride out the door. Here's a look at the next 7 days. We'll hope for a cold front this weekend to bring us measurable rain.
All right, Steph, thank you so much. Well, the Super Bowl was this past Sunday, and it set some records. Super Bowl 60 marked the most viewed program this century on NBC. Nielsen reports there were 124.9 million viewers for the big game. That's the second highest rated show in U.S. history, only trailing behind last year's Super Bowl on Fox. And despite viewership setting records, the sports betting market took a nosedive during the Super Bowl. The Nevada Gaming Control Board says $133.8 million were wagered on the game statewide, the lowest number since 2016. Sportsbooks reported a win share of 7.4%, and because of the lighter betting, they only took home $9.9 million on the big game. For the first time in over a decade, NHL players are participating in the Olympics. Players were forced to sit out the Olympics in 2018 because it disrupted the league's regular season. And then in 2022, they didn't get sent over because of the pandemic. Team USA will be looking to take home the gold, but they will face an uphill battle with an American team not winning at all since the miracle on the ice in 1980. Well, students got a lesson on the water today. We'll share the details next.
You're watching Chris 6, part of the Scripps News Group.
Some Flower Bluff High School students spent part of their day on Padre Island, but it wasn't an early spring break. They were on a field trip to Marker 37 to learn how to operate boats and other marine industries trainings. The program is a result of a partnership between the Flower Bluff School District and the Freedom Boat Club of the Coastal Bend. Students learn their way around boats to prepare them for careers in maritime industries.
We're a combination of things where there's a lot of hospitality, there's the mechanical side, there's the management side. There's so many different aspects of what we do.
The Flower Bluff Independent School District is working on establishing a maritime industry program. They hope to launch it in the next school year. A special send-off in Robstown this morning for a student making school history.
Thank you. All right, thank you. All right.
Family, friends, students, and staff gathered at Robstown Early College High School to wish sophomore Christopher Martinez good luck as he heads to the Texas Music Educators Association All-State Choir Competition. He's just the third student in Robstown ISD to ever make it. The last time was back in 1987.
I feel like it's an honor. I'm very excited to be putting Robstown's name out there.
Christopher now joins some of the top student vocalists in the state at the All-State competition being held Saturday at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center in San Antonio.
We can sing his praises for him.
Yes, and we hope to hopefully have him here. back,
Exactly.
Sing a little bit here in the studio.
That is wonderful. What a great honor, and hope he enjoys the time there.
Yeah, good luck there.
And maybe you could bring back a little bit of rain, because I know our friends in San Antonio usually have a better time with rainfall. So we got a little bit of the bars higher in the isolated category here over the next couple of days. But I'm really banking on hopefully Saturday morning, Friday night into Saturday morning being an opportunity for us to have some actual measurable rainfall. I think what we're seeing for tonight really is just the fog. That does help keep the grass moist, but not measurable rain. So beware of that fog as you're heading out the door tomorrow morning.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you here back at 6 o'clock.
Bye.